Free audio post-production by alphonic.com.
Hi there, welcome back to Being Your Ray. And for today's episode, I want to talk about relationships in general. And by that, I don't mean romantic, I mean all sorts of relationship dynamics that you have out throughout your life, be it a parent and child, be it between a husband and wife, be it between two best friends, anything at all. This is something I would advise and not even advice, just like my 2 cents on it and how I look at relationships in life and what I would look for in a person who I deal with on a daily basis or who I allow in my life. These are like the basics that I would want to steer, I say, clear about and not be stuck in unhealthy patterns for both the parties. So, whenever there are two people involved, this is something that I would like to keep in mind and would like to share with you. And hopefully, that's something you can bring into your life as well. So, yeah, here it goes. So, this one's a journal entry. So, bear with me a bit. And again, I think I have felt like this majorly in the parent child relationship, and I think it can occur in a friendship as well. So fortunately I've not had like bad friendship experiences, but I know a lot of people who do, and this is just something I want you to keep in mind so that you don't fall into like a unhealthy friendship or relationship, or when you spot it with a parent, at least you won't repeat that mistake yourself. And when you have that awareness, you can like keep your distance around the whole matter and try to be a bigger person. So yeah, here it goes. Not accepting a person for who they are puts a strain on the relationship. Every person has this innate sense of freedom that they wish to experience, like they have a say in their own lives that is a part of their identity. When you expect things from someone that are not a part of their identity, it starts to feel suffocating because now they need to become a different person in order to please you. It might work in the short term, but constantly expecting a different version of your partner, the one they are not comfortable in, can feel like a burden to them. Something similar to what you call बंधन, जैसे किसी ने तुम्हें बांध के रख दिया हो. I feel relationships should be about two people being themselves, free and happy, and sharing that happiness with each other, not asking them to change the core of who they are, but accepting them in a way that feels freeing and refreshing to them, so they never feel like putting up a mask just to be with you. That's an adjustment, not a relationship. Relationship is where you respect each other's differences, support when life gets difficult, be rooted in love and friendship. You are better together, not worse. By acceptance, I mean letting the other person truly shine in their character, their real personality, instead of putting any limitations on them. You can, of course, call out on their mistakes and wrongdoings. That's different. I'm talking about forcing, manipulating, or gaslighting them into feeling bad about who they are, whereas we need to empower who they truly are and help each other get closer to our true versions, which is different and beautiful in its own way. Don't have a checklist for them कि ये qualities होती तो अच्छा होता, I could love you more. No. Try to understand who they are and help them in getting closer to themselves instead of adding more pressure of being a perfect partner on them. At the end, every soul has the desire to truly understand who they are, what are their strengths, how they can contribute to the world, how they can be a better person both in their own lives and their relationships. A partner should help in this process and not deviate them to become someone they are not, since that can add up to more frustration. You can't put the pressure on your partner to keep you happy. That's your responsibility. what you can do is come together as secure and happy individuals and share that space together. All right, that's it for the journal entry. And I know when I talk about partner and two people sharing a space together, it looks like I'm talking about a romantic one. But I think this spans across every kind of relationship and anyone that you're close to. It could also be a sibling. And I feel the best way to avoid fights is letting the other person be themselves. You can just switch the word partner with other person or anyone you share a close relationship with that is getting toxic for you or problematic for you. You can just switch that word and play around with it. But yeah, this is for every relationship in your life that you deal with on is close to you or somewhere a part of your life where you need to make major decisions with or someone who really impacts your life. So that's where you have to be careful about certain aspects. And yeah, I wish more people would allow others to be themselves and support them in their journey instead of turning them into someone they are not. And of course, that does not mean that you ignore the flaws in them. Of course, let them know, give them suggestions, give them positive reflections and criticism, constructive criticism on that. But that is you advising and you suggesting things. It's not like it shouldn't make them feel worse about themselves, but it should be in a way where, when you watch a great movie or you read something really good and you relate to it so well and you don't feel hurt by it, you actually feel seen and heard, and you get to see your mistake openly. That is like a skill in itself. Conflict resolution is a skill in itself. So I feel there has to be a way around telling someone about their flaws without forcing things on them or making them feel like they're pathetic. So, yeah, one is that I wanted to address the fact that you don't have to, acceptance does not mean that you ignore someone's flaws. It means that you don't keep demanding and expecting unrealistic things out of them when it's not a part of their personality, when it's not something that aligns with their true identity. So our part as friends, as partners, as parents, as children, as siblings should be to help and support our near and dear ones to grow into who they truly are, to hone their space, to own that position in their lives that they deserve, to help them get to know themselves better, and yeah, support them in their self discovery via journey. And that's where I feel like the true impact of relationships come up. So, yeah, one is that. And what else did I want to share with you guys? I think that's it. If there's something more, I can definitely record it later and talk about it. But yeah, I just felt like I have made episodes on a lot of things, but I've never really talked about relationships in general. And yeah, I thought it would be interesting to just share my take on it and how I feel about it, how I think about these things, and what are my thoughts on it. So, yep, I think that's it. I'm just looking for anything more that I want to add. Like, I have a few things on mind, but I think I've already covered it. So, there's that. Yeah, about putting the pressure on someone else to make you happy. I think that also happens a lot of time. Like you get angry by someone else's actions or you feel like they didn't do something, so they were supposed to be a certain way, or you're not happy because they didn't get you something you had imagined. Yeah, anything at all on their part. ठीक है? That is, I feel, a huge responsibility on someone else's shoulder. They shouldn't be responsible to keep you happy. That should be your responsibility. being with someone or not being someone, happiness comes from within, and that is something you need to learn to create by yourself. And relationships are supposed to share love and friendship together. It is supposed to क्या बोलते हैं, expand your space and welcome people together. It is not about putting that responsibility on someone else. It's a shared space and not uh, a pressurizing one where one person is expected to do something and the other is expected to do this so that both people can keep each other happy. No, I feel happiness is something you need to take care of. And you, as a happy and secure person, can share that joy with someone else. You are happy with or without anyone, but just coming together adds to that happiness. Then it makes sense. But if being together adds more problems to your life and you are way worse than you were as when you were alone, then what's the point of a friendship, of a relationship, of any sort of familial thing that you share? The whole point is to be able to share a loving and friendly space. So make sure you're doing that and giving that freedom for the other person to be who they are. And that is true empowerment and true reason of relationships in my words, in my world. Whatever the word that I was going for, I couldn't find it, but you get it. You get the vibes, you get the emotion. So, yeah, that's it from me. If you made it this far, thank you so much for listening, and I'll see you in the next one.
Free audio post production by alphonic.com.